In the heart of Jackson Hole lies a rare site in Wyoming, a town square. It's hard to imagine downtown Jackson without the quiet green space and iconic antler arches. But a century ago, this area was far from green, and the only visitors were stray livestock and rogue cowboys.
Initially conceived as a response to Jackson's need for a gathering space, the town square emerged from land donated by Maggie Simpson for the clubhouse in 1896. Simpson and Grace Miller drew up the first plan for the town of Jackson, utilizing a 40-acre tract west of the clubhouse that had yet to be claimed. The clubhouse soon became the focal point for the emergence of businesses on these new lots. The first lots to sell were directly next door and linked by boardwalks to keep foot traffic out of the rough and muddy streets. The square was never intended to stay open and was separated into 8 lots. However, the beaten earth depression in their center remained unfavorable for construction, needing quite a bit of fill to even out the lots. Issues with stray livestock plagued the property, and little was done to mitigate the mud and trash that had begun to collect. It's no surprise that these lots were a tough sell and remained vacant. Concerted efforts led by Mayor Grace Miller and an all-female town council in the early 1920s led to the formalization of a town square on the open block. The council began tax collection to fund infrastructure improvements, like grading streets and erecting fences to keep livestock and rowdy cowboys out. With the construction of a flagpole for the community to gather to mark important events, the square was revitalized as a welcoming space. Though it was reliant upon volunteers from the surrounding businesses to keep it clean and water the trees. The evolution of the town square was slow but persistent, and the 1930s saw a formalized transition into a park with grass, boardwalks, and plantings. The square's transformation continued with federal sponsorship in 1932, commemorating George Washington's bicentennial. Renamed the George Washington Memorial Park, the square underwent extensive landscaping overseen by local biologist Olaus Murie. This initiative not only beautified the area, but also preserved its significance as a community landmark. The square's evolution culminated in the construction of the first antler arch in 1953, which symbolized Jackson's unique character. The other 3 arches followed in the 1960s. The town square reflects the evolution of Jackson from a small cluster of homesteads to an iconic destination. Despite its humble origins, the square has evolved into an emblem of Jackson's identity, reflecting the spirit of community and resilience.